Hello and welcome back to the channel. So yesterday I posted a video about this game. It's called Mecha. I still am loving this game. It's so much fun. It's so different from anything I've played personally, but I just wanted to kind of make a video today going over what these characters have in terms of kits and show you them off in the little training room. So this one here, this is the first one that you get in the game. This is Alisne's. They give you this one in the tutorial. You have your this is your movement. You're kind of like a balanced, so you can, you can fly, you can be a little agile. You're not super slow, more all-rounder. For your left click, if you tap fire, it does this, and then you can hold it up, and you see the bar on the left top of the HUD, and then it does a more of a stronger burst, like shotgun fire almost. And then for your right click, you have a shield. It does shield things, and then if you time it right, you can parry melee characters. And then if you press 1 here, you'll see the guns icon. Wrong button. That was F1. If you hit 1, you'll see you switch to this spear. And you do like lunging dash attacks with it, which is really cool. And if you yeah, you can see the mobility of it. And then if you hold left click, you do a like little combo. And then you'll do this. This is just with tap fire, but you can see the agility now. And when you do that, you rush straight towards the enemy. And then for 2, you can see we have 3. And you shoot missiles out. And then for 3, I think I need to be in gun mode? No. But I'm pretty sure this is another shield. I can pull it up here so you can see it. Yeah, 3 airdrop kit. Calls an airdrop pod to replenish armor and weaponry. One-time use after armor purge. So when your armor's broken, you can use that instantly restore your armor. And then the next one we will talk about, the next mech, or striker, whichever you want to call them, is Falcon. We covered Falcon in my video yesterday. Not super in-depth, but I gave you like a real quick overview. So you've got your auto rifle, and then your right click. You have to lock onto somebody, but it fires a missile. And then if you hit 2, you turn into this jet mode. And you can just kind of like fly around normally. And then if you press S, you'll slow down. Normal, you don't. Shift W, you go fast. So you can be super mobile all around the map. And then while you're in this mode, if you press 3, you will fire rockets out. And they will go to your target. And then your first ability, it does a pulse. And I believe it marks enemies. Enhances detection range, reactivating, marks, and prioritizes locking onto target. Disregards decoys. So that's how you get around those Doritos from last video. I couldn't get around them. With Falcon, you can. You press 1, press it again, it picks a target, and you just ignore the Doritos. So that's really cool. I actually did not know that, or I would have mentioned it yesterday. That's the perks of reading what the character does, I guess. Alright, this is Tricera. Tricera is personally my favorite in the game from what I've played so far. So, Tricera, you can see here, I am super slow. And this is about as quick as I can move. But your left click, you have these miniguns. Your right click, you can see the ones on my shoulders come up. And then you can fire them at the same time for just even more firepower. And then your 3, a ginormous cannon comes up and you get 3 shots. And then you can press 2, and you'll hunker down in this turret mode. And you can shoot like normal. And then if you press 1, you'll... I don't actually know what the 1 does. Recon repair drone. Deploy stationary repair drones to repair friendly units. But you have to be in this form. And oh yeah, you can see them there floating above me, the little triangles that are rotating. But they'll repair nearby allies. So you're like a tank that can also help your team a little bit. And then you see they go away when I'm not in the turret mode. But this guy's my favorite personally so far because he's just my type of play style. Play the objective type of thing. Now we have Narukami. This is the first sniper character you'll get. Narukami is another one that's pretty agile. You can see here that I can just kind of fly. I think with most of them you can fly, but some of them are slower than others, obviously. And then with this one, you have right click, you ADS, and you can hear it charge up, the ding, ding, ding. And then you fire, and then you can see it on the HUD charging as well. And then your 3 ability, you put this out, and you're invisible while in here, but this is also a shield, I believe. And then when you step out, you cloak back. And then 2, I'm not going to be able to show, but it's a grapple hook. Oh, no, I should be able to show it, actually. There we go. And then you grapple up on the wall, and you're invisible. You can ADS. Boom. And then your first ability, you shoot out a drone, which I don't remember what this one does. Decoy drone. Inflicting minor damage on enemies and putting me into stealth when within range. So you can see here my decoys next to me. And I think when the enemies see them, they look exactly the same as you, but for me, I can obviously see. And it mimics my movement. If I ADS, they also ADS and charge. So pretty cool. And I think those also do damage. Yeah, they do minor damage to enemies. So those do damage, but that's your first sniper you'll unlock in the game. And then next we have Welkin. He's a heavy brawler. He's like a hybrid between melee and ranged. Welkin's another one he's heavy, so he's really slow. But with your melee weapon, you can kind of get around it. So his left click, you have this here. It's like a rocket launcher, grenade launcher style thing. And then your 1, you have this. It puts a box shield around you. Protection. Pretty nice. Your 2. I actually don't know what the 2 does. Jamming generator fires an interference signal to disable enemy drones and fire control system when the striker's within enemy visible range. And then your 3, you throw out these little drones, and they float around you. And then if you pair them with your melee, you can do a ton of damage, and these can stun lock them, and you can just do this little spin move if you hold the right click down. I have been obliterated by this guy in the past, because you just run up with this dude with your little drones, and you just Beyblade. And there's nothing they can do if they are a heavy or ultra heavy, I believe. Now, here's Lumine. This is another one of the... I think this is the first support you get access to. Your left click, you fire out these repair drones at you or a teammate, I believe. And it's the same for your right click. It's the exact same thing. And then your 1, you do... I believe this is an AoE. Yeah, AoE heal. And then you can switch over to damage mode, and it will do damage over time to enemies within range. 2, supportive jet wing, increases mobility and energy regen. And you turn more into closer to like Falcon, where you're super mobile and have a really high energy regen rate while in this state. And then you can see where green, if you press 3, will switch into attack mode. And instead, the drones, instead of going onto teammates and healing, they'll go onto enemies and do damage. And then this first ability, instead of healing our allies, will now do damage to enemies that we get close to. And then your 2, you can do the fast movement, so you can make sure that you stay on them. So it's like a... You can switch between healing and damage, but I am at... And then, yeah, you can do this. There's your red wings, and you can fly up and just do burn damage while you're flying on top of people. This one's also really cool. I haven't played them much, but they're real. I like the design a lot for this mech. Next, we have Hurricane. Hurricane is a ultra heavy defender, kind of like Triga? Whichever one I like. The big turret guy. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. So your right click, you have this. It's a little shield, and it shoots out the Doritos. I'm not sure if it's a shield, but it shoots these out, and they take enemy fire off of you. It does appear to be a shield. And then your left click, you charge it up, and you shoot out a gigantic ball of lightning that kind of lingers for a little bit. Your first ability, you shoot out a gigantic shield, because you aren't very mobile, so you have a shield. Your 2, you shoot out these little drones. And what do these drones do? Turret drones. They just shoot enemies. They're turrets. And then your 3 ability, you get this Gignumbo laser, which is really cool. Deploys escort drones to converge beams of the energy splitter capable of simultaneously attacking 4 targets with the inability to relock onto the same target. So yeah, that's this guy. He's got the decoys, the shield, the laser beam, where you can hit 4 people at once with it. This guy's really cool as well. Next, we have, I believe, Stego. Yep, we have Stego. Stego's another... This is an ultra heavy attacker, I believe is what it said. Yes, ultra heavy attacker. So Stego here, your right click, you shoot a volley of missiles. Your left click, you have like dual rocket launcher type of thing. When you press 1, you do this. It gives you armor regen increase, so you can kind of like be a little more up close with them. And this also damages enemies. Then you have your 2. You go into this like rocket turret mode, and you have a little shield in front of you, but you can't move. But you can see at the bottom, your HP and armor is massive in this mode. And then you have your 3, which I believe requires lock-on to enemies. Yes. Fires barrage of missiles at locked-on targets, but you have to be in turret form. So when you're in here, you can press 3, and you can immediately just fire them at a locked-on enemy. Let's see. Oh yeah, we can do a, there we go. Where'd that go? There we go. And you can see the 3, you shoot a volley of missiles. And then here's your primary and your secondary fire. But that's this dude. He's really cool. I like him. I can definitely see myself playing this character a lot as well. I like the slower, more like bruiser type of characters in this game. This is Sky Raider. So Sky Raider is a medium attacker. Let's check out our abilities. Right click. You have a... That's really cool, actually. It's like a slow-moving projectile that does AoE over time. And then your left click, you charge it up. And you just... It's like kind of like a railgun, almost. And then you can tap fire for like a little dual fire. Your first ability, you shoot out these AoEs. I'm not sure what these do. Jamming missile. Jamming missile at nearby targets. Okay, so yeah, it makes it to where they can't use some of their abilities. So it's like a lockout almost. And then 2, you can fly, kind of like Falcon. But I think you're not as fast as Falcon? I don't know, maybe you're the same speed. But it would make sense that you're not as fast as Falcon because you're a medium attacker, whereas he is a light attacker. And then, while you're in this mode, you can fire like a missile barrage almost. Which, let me turn around so you can see that better. It locks on. You can kind of aim this one. And then it does like a cluster missile, and it flies and tracks to whoever you were aiming at. This one's also really cool, because I like Falcon, but I don't like that Falcon's got low HP as much. This one has a little more HP, I feel, because of being a medium attacker, but he is a little slower to compensate. Alright, this is Pinaka, another support. This is your medium support. This character reminds me of like almost like a pocket character. Let me see if I can spawn a friendly really fast. Alliance? I'm not sure if I can spawn allies. Let me see. No, that just changes the little guy. But your right click, you shoot out this little energy volley, and you do some damage. Your 1, you shoot out a drone, and this is a repair drone, so it goes and heals whoever you're with. Your 3, you just construct a wall. You just build walls, which is really cool. So you can like kind of give yourself or an ally cover, and you can like fire some lasers, pop out, fire some more. And then your 3, you put this shield around you, and it protects you and heals you. And then it changes how your right click is to being all around you rather than just in front of you. And then you have your other repair drone, and you can build walls. This guy's really cool. And then I didn't show the left click because it's like a beam that just heals friendlies. So it's, I don't know if it's a beam, but it's an arm that will heal your friendlies if you're close enough to them. And then I think we only have 2 or 3 more left. Yeah, 3 left. We have Panther, Aquila, and Inferno. So here's Panther. You can see he's got a big old lance. So here on Panther, you have your left click. You can charge it up to 2 times. And you do a thrust attack. And then it kind of does like an overtime damage animation. And then you can just tap it, but you have a 3-second cooldown. So I would charge personally. You have a shield, which does shield things. And then if you press 1, you'll switch to this like energy glaive. And it's like a high mobility thing where you like rush in and do an uppercut. Or you can do a combo with it, which is really cool. So So you have like a hard-hitting, slower melee, and then you have your faster, crazier damage one, and then you also have your defensive option. And then for 2, you get energy and shield up. So it gives you, I believe, energy, yeah, shield booster kit. Immediately and partially restore reinforced complex shield and energy. And then 3, your reinforced complex shield. So let's check that out. Nope, wrong button. 3. There we go, you have your shield. And then while you take damage, you can do this and instantly refresh it. And then you can charge up your left, fire that. Wrong button. You got this cool little combo. I like Panther a lot as well. He seems sick. And I haven't really shown it, but we'll target this one since I'm farther enough away. So you can see the distance you can close with this. Because you are very mobile when playing as Panther. And since he's a medium, you can kind of, you know, poke, run, dash back in, jump back, and kind of like... You could play like a hit and run style of game almost, but it does use a lot of meter to do that. So you want to like balance your engages with this guy, kind of run in, beat him up a little, run out. This is Aquila. This is your heavy sniper. The other one was your light sniper. You can see I'm really slow. But Aquila is more of a like flight-based character. You can ADS. You don't have a charge like the other sniper did. You just have straight up like semi-auto. And then your first ability, you have a shield. Your third ability, you have air mobility increase. So you can see now we are a lot faster in the air compared to before. And then you can use your shield in air, obviously. You can aim while moving. So if you're like a really good aimer, this guy would probably be pretty solid for you because you're very fast and you do a lot of damage. And then your 2 ability, let me see what that does. Claw Drone. This is what you saw me get hit with in yesterday's video if you watched it. You fire it out, and... Oh, wait, I can test it out. Hold on. Let me summon Falcon so you can see what it looks like. There we go. You fire the drone, and it locks them down, stuns them for a minute, and then you can do some big old damage while they're stunned, and you get 2 of those, so you can just... There we go. But that is Aquila. Aquila's really chill as well. I like Aquila. I could see myself playing Aquila as well as like a flex character. And then this is Inferno. Inferno is ultra heavy attacker. Inferno, actually, you can get an Inferno completely for free from the Battle Pass when you play through on one of the free tiers. I think it's tier 20 or 30, something like that. But you can see here we're slow, we're ultra heavy, so we're real slow. And then your left click and right click. Normally, they're just the single beam. But if you have them both up, you can hold them, they charge, and then you fire a big old ball. So these are really cool. It is an all or nothing, it seems like, though. Like, you either fully charge or you don't. So you've got your slow fire full charge, and then if you press 1, you'll do this, and it'll shoot your lasers, and you can do the full charge at the same time. I believe that works as a... Yeah, it can attack 12 enemies at the same time. So you can attack enemies and some of the NPC ones. And then your 2, you have reflector drones. That is really good damage. Reflector. Converge the beams, focusing on a single target. So yeah, it'll attack one guy. And then your 3, booster kit. Greatly enhances energy regen and fluid armor regen. And increases dash and boost speed. Creates optical illusions, making Striker untargetable during dashes. So you'll press 3. And then when I dash, you'll see it leaves these after images. And it makes it to where they can't hit me. They can't hit the real you, but they can hit, like, they see the clones. The only way to get around that from what I saw, which if you watched yesterday's video, you saw me do it. With Falcon, you can... Let me go back to Falcon really fast. With Falcon, his first ability, you shoot out this little recon pulse. And if they're cloaked like that, it will target them. Yeah, there you go. You can see the target. You can still find them when they're using the after images if you're playing as Falcon, because you can reveal them. So that's one way of like counterplay to it, so it's not super OP or anything. But if you're not Falcon, you can still find them. It's just you can't, like, the game kind of has like you can see here, it's got like an auto-targeting. You can't auto-target, but you can still hit them if you're like aiming in that direction. But yeah, that's all of the strikers or mechs, whichever you want to call them. This game calls them strikers. This is all the strikers, medium attackers, light attackers, ultra heavy defenders, all that. And you can see on the right side here their stats. I'll kind of click through while I'm talking a little so you can see their stats. But yeah, this game is super fun. If you haven't tried it, I would recommend highly. This game's really fun. It's kind of like, it's also got voice chat, like team voice chat, like most games do, but this one, they want you to work together as a team in order to get your goals and stuff done. And I think that's really cool to like just be able to have the different roles and things work together to get your goal across. And you just have all these different varieties. Like you have Inferno, who's really slow. You have Aquila, who's kind of slow but can get mobile. You have Falcon, who's just super all over the place. But then you have other ones like Strego and Tricera, who are super duper slow, but they output damage. And they are absolute massive tanks who just do not die. Like, you gotta really hammer it into them to get them off of the field. More so Tricera than any of the others, because you just have massive armor and massive support with your repair drones, and he works really well in teams. But this guy, for sure, Tricera is my favorite personally. And I'll show you, there's a cool animation that you get when you unlock a new character, because I have enough currency I can grab a character really fast. Because you get it by playing the in-game currency by doing challenges, completing games. Like I have 1700, I think last video I had 1100. But doing the contracts and these missions and leveling up, I believe, you can unlock them. And we'll come in here. Yeah, I can get, let's see, who can I get? I can either get Lumine or Welkin. I think I'm going to get Lumine, just because I really like the visual design of Lumine. Like, the wings on the mech is super cool, IMO. But yeah, it's oh, I can get both of them, actually. It's 600 to research, so we'll go ahead and grab both of them. 600, and you get this cool little animation where it, like, shows them opening up, and it shows you your abilities for them. Your repair drone, single target, your jet wing, kind of gives you a quick rundown of the mech before you get into it, which is really cool. And then it shows you its quick little stats, like your defense, energy consumption, and all that. But now I have Lumine, and then since I have enough, we'll go ahead and get Welkin just so I have him. Plus, I kind of want to see his little intro as well. But so many of these are so cool. You got your boomerang drone, your assault howitzer, your heavy battle axe, and then there you go. And there's Welkin, the heavy brawler. This guy's really cool as well. I'm definitely gonna have to make a video on that guy as well. I might do like a video for each striker individually and show some gameplay specifically of them, since this is more of a overview style and this video is already getting kind of long. So I'll probably do an individual video for each striker so that you can kind of get the vibe of them. The only ones I'm gonna skip on maybe will be Falcon and Tricera, because I did play them in yesterday's video and they each got a game showing off them. So I'll probably skip Falcon and Tricera, but otherwise all of the people will get a video made for them within the next coming days. I'll probably do one a day just so that they keep coming. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. That's all the characters. This game's super sick. Again, I think I mentioned it before. It's only on Steam right now because it is in playtest stage. I imagine it'll probably come out on all the consoles later, maybe. But it is in playtest right now, so if you are interested on Steam, you can request access, and they responded to me in like a day or two. But this game is really, really fun. Please give it a try. This game is super awesome. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for tuning into the video. Consider subscribing and leaving a comment on what you want to see next, or if you want to see more of this. I'm planning to make more of this anyways. But if there's other things you want to see me cover, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video.